Yo, what up guys, Old School Dan here, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to get old school shoulders with just bands. Alright, so the first exercise I chose was a absolute staple in any bodybuilding routine is a press. It's just a standing press. You can do it kneeling, you can do it seated, you can do it standing, it doesn't really matter. But this exercise is just for the overall part of the shoulders. You get the front deltoid, you get the side, you get the rear, a little bit of the traps if you squeeze enough and you kind of lock your head a little bit forward and lock the elbows at the top. So again, like I've said in my other videos, you do want to control a lot of the resistance here because there isn't much. So you do want to probably go slow. It's probably going to feel a little bit boring if you go really slow and all really slow all the way down. So kind of learn to mix up the tempos. Maybe the first 5 reps, you go really slow and then really fast at the top, or just you come down slow or you go really slow at the top. Like it doesn't really matter. Just mix up the tempos. Kind of keep it interesting because if you kind of keep the same rhythm with the bands, it does tend to get a little bit boring. But fortunately, I have access to a lot of equipment myself, so I don't have to resort to the bands. But I'm here just trying to get creative solutions for you guys. All right. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the second exercise. Now, the second exercise that I chose was a standing side lateral raise. Now, you can do this seated, for a little bit more, isolation. But I just did it standing just because I was already standing. Now, this is a great exercise for the lateral head of your deltoids. Now, when I think of an old school bodybuilder like Vince Gironda, Steve Reeves, a lot of these guys had really nice symmetry. When I mean symmetry, I don't mean that each side is proportionally the same. I mean that as well. What I mean by symmetry, I'm talking about wide shoulders, wide lats, small waists, big calves, chiseled thighs, thick forearms. That kind of silhouette look like Frank Zane has on the front cover of his book. That's when I talk about symmetry. Because a lot of old school guys, Steve Reeves, Arnold, Vince Gironda, a lot of these guys had that interesting symmetry where they have the wide shoulders, and I think that's solely achieved through just lateral raises. Lateral raises do build the side part of the shoulder, so adding you're doing a lot of lateral work does add a lot of width and kind of gives you that wide V taper look everyone sort of wants. You see it a lot in men's magazines. Build that V taper look, and to build that V taper, it's essentially just a mix of just pull-ups and lateral raises, in a sense. All right. So this is going to give you a nice, wide shoulder. Again, 3 to 4 sets, 20 to 30 reps. This is kind of what I'm prescribing for a lot of the exercises that we do on, what I'm producing on this channel. Again, control the negative, control the positive. Get creative with the rhythms, the tempos. Explosive, control, come down slow. Explosive, come down slow, or go slow on the way up, and then fast on the way down. Just kind of mix it up so it doesn't get very boring. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, and we'll move on to the last and final exercise. Here is the last exercise in my arsenal to help you build classic shoulders. So Vince Gironda's talked about it before. I've talked about it a lot on my channel before. Nobody likes a surfboard. So what do I mean by, what does that even mean? What I mean by no one likes a surfboard is that when there's a lack of rear delts in the physique, because through doing bench pressing, the curls, a lot of basic exercises, builds you a lot of front deltoid to an extent. That's just sort of what Vince Gironda talks about. And even lateral raises, but people sometimes just forget to train rear deltoids. And this is something that I had an issue with years ago. And then I read about Vince Gironda talking about people that are surfboards, and I was like, geez. And then I turned to the side, and I was like, wow, I look like a surfboard. And I asked my friend, I was like, how do I look? He's like, you look pretty flat from behind. He's like, you don't have a lot of rear delts. And I was like, gee, this made me feel pretty insecure. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to make it a mission to, get some really nice shoulders. So I started doing a lot of rear deltoid work. And then people now compliment me on my, my 3D deltoids because I have, front deltoids, side, and rear. I have that full 3D look. And this is sort of what I mostly did to get that, 3D look. Rear, lateral, flyers, bent over laterals. You can call them like that. Again, 3 to 4 sets, 20, 30 reps. Mix up the tempos, get interesting, make it fun, get creative. And this is going to prevent you from getting that surfboard look, that flat look on this, from the side. So you want to get that 3D look. Because a lot of these old school bodybuilders, they had really nice shoulder development. Like, again, these guys would do a lot of pressing. So, doing a lot of pressing does work all three heads. But the thing is, I think there's a formula to getting that old school look. You have to be very specific about which exercises you choose. And for me, I'm very specific because I'm like, okay, my shoulders are well developed already. I don't think they need a lot of work. So therefore, I don't really do any of the super mass producing exercises like, standing barbell press, seated dumbbell press. I don't do much of that because I know those are the exercises that will provide the most growth for your shoulders because again, the compounds are king. They do work very, very well. But again, when we're talking about bodybuilding, we're talking about isolation. So I took it a step further to think, okay, so if bodybuilding is an isolation sport, how do I learn to isolate muscle groups so I can achieve a specific type of look? And this is sort of why Vince Gironda created his own type of exercises because he wanted to create a specific type of look, so he knew that he had to learn to isolate them in such a way, and that's why he created a lot of those exercises that he did. All right. Hopefully that was a fun lesson for you. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be working on the next few workout videos, like for forearms, biceps. I don't know if I did biceps already. I'm gonna do biceps, triceps. Maybe for legs, that's gonna be a tough one. Calves. I'm gonna try to do all of them. Might be a little challenging, but I'm open to the idea of finding a solution for you guys to work out during this quarantine. All right. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thanks so much for watching. Give this video a like. Subscribe for more videos like this. Give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm Old School Dan. I'm gone. Peace.